you all by yourself, or who do you play with?
Today just by myself.
Oh. Right. If I can find a contact, what do I say? This morning, I went to my first poetry class. So for the month of March, I'm taking a poetry class through Hoover House. My friend Catherine told me she was taking a poetry class and asked if I was interested, so I decided to join her for this poetry class. So I went over to her place earlier today, and it's a Zoom class, it's online. They haven't returned to in-person yet, so we called in together along with my friend Lena, who joined us as well, and it was a lot of fun. I feel like I learned so much in the first class already. Also, I feel a little out of my league in this class because a lot of the people in the class have published work. The poetry class is kind of for all levels, and we were all introducing each other, and it was person after person saying, hey, my name is, I've published here, and here I have my master's in poetry from here. And then it came around to me, hello, my name's Sarah. I'm excited to learn what poetry is. It'll be good though. I think it'll be a challenging environment, and I am going to learn a lot from these people, so I'm excited for that. Today, we reviewed a poem called We Real Cool by Gwendolyn Brooks. There's an audio of her narrating the poem, and she's going to read it much better than I ever could, so I'm going to play the poem real quick.
We real cool. The pool players, 7 at the Golden Shovel. We real cool, we left school, we lurk late, we strike straight, we sing sin, we thin gin, we jazz June, we die soon.
Our teacher brought up some good points about the poem that I took notes on. She talked about how because of its short form, it feels breathless, and it really echoes the idea the poem is talking about, which is that life is really short. I thought that was really cool. The poem also has rhyming couplets, so like cool rhymes with school, late with straight, sin with gin, June with soon. And it's interesting that the inflection is at the end of the line of each poem. Each line ends with we, which is the first word of the next sentence. So yeah, that was really cool. I think poetry is so cool because you can communicate more than what's the literate meaning of the words on the paper are, either through the rhythm, through a play on words, through patterns, things like that. So that was really cool. And then we also learned about a poem, The Golden Shovel by Terence Hayes. And it has 2 parts to it. The first part is 1981. And in the first part, what's really cool about this poem is that the last word at the end of each line, if you read it from top to bottom, forms the last poem that we saw. This poem is a more narrative style poem, and it echoes some of the themes of the poem that we just saw by Gwendolyn Brooks. So yeah, that's really interesting, and it was cool to get an experienced person's perspective on how she analyzes these poems. That was the first full day in the office that I have had in a while. I left the apartment around like 8-10 a.m. and now it is 7 p.m. So quite a long day at work. I had a lot of fun though. I mean, I spent a lot of hours physically at the office and at work, but it didn't feel as intense like as working from home, where I'm sitting at my desk and just grinding work out, because I got to interact with some of my friends and see some of my coworkers. The office is still pretty empty. Only a few of us are going in on random days, but I got to talk to people in the break room and go out to lunch with people, and I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. It was very taxing though. I don't know how I did this before, going into the office every single day. it's also just not necessary going into the office every single day for the kind of work that I do. We recently moved office buildings, and I have a shared office with one of my favorite coworkers / friend. I'm not officially in her office yet, but I'm trying to get moved into her office, and we're gonna try to decorate the office, and I'm so excited about decorating this space. Our Wi-Fi is being spotty, which is frustrating working from home. But Julian's in the middle of a meeting, so I can't unplug and restart our router just now. There's apparently also a water leak in our building and some light indicator in our washer dryer machine. You can hear it now. I don't know if the camera mic is picking it up, but it keeps beeping. And that's going on all day. Today is also Julian and I's 5-year anniversary, so we have a nice little dinner reservation. These are currently the books on my nightstand, and I'm very excited. These 2 books just came in the mail yesterday. The first book that I'm reading, I like to read like multiple books at once just to switch it up every here and there. Hello, little Otis. The first book I'm reading is all about love, New Visions by Bell Hooks. It's a cultural analysis on love in our society today, and Bell Hooks was a professor at Yale at one point, and she studied love. Excuse me. Bell Hooks used to be a professor at Yale University and Oberlin College, where she did a lot of research on love. She's also a writer, feminist theorist, cultural critic, so yeah, very interesting read. It caught my eye because I just flipped to a random page and it talked about the corruption of self-care and how it's kind of branded as an activity that you do alone, and it's usually like skincare, something to make you look better, but that kind of keeps us in a vicious loop of self-hatred. Another book that I just got is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is a very trendy author lately. I think she's getting really popular for all her romance books. People are talking about it all over TikTok, and I read my first Colleen Hoover book maybe like 6 months ago. It Ends With Us, and I've been hooked ever since, and this is her most recent release, Reminders of Him. Finally, the last book I got, this was recommended by my friend Catherine. She's Catherine out on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below so you can check her out. We are taking a poetry class together, and I know nothing about poetry, but she has a little bit more experience than me, and this is one of her favorite poets, Catherine Cohen. She's a comedian, and she writes poetry. I'll read one that Catherine shared with me. The title of the poem is Poem I Wrote After I Found Out That Alcohol is Actually Just Sugar. I live in America, and there's only one good show on TV. I wake up early to watch the sunrise. Anything can be political if you tweet about it. I can't imagine having children. I haven't even had sex with a doctor. Sometimes I sigh so loud in public that a stranger on the street will ask if I'm okay. I'm okay, my work isn't good, but it's online, and that's what counts. I'm getting ready for Julian and I's anniversary dinner, and I'm trying to find these one pair of shoes that I know I have, but I have no idea where they are. I mean, if I can't find those, I could also wear these. I can't find the other pair.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun.
end of the workday, and I try to put my hair in one of those really sleek, clean buns. I got this gel to put in my hair so that I can smooth away all the frizz and make it look really sleek and clean. And I really like it. I look a little bit like I'm wearing a swim cap. Like, this is reminding me of my competitive swimming days. But on another note, this book is so freaking good. Reminders of Him, Colleen Hoover. I got it yesterday and I've read this much of it. And there's this little left. I definitely snuck away from work a little bit today to keep reading, and I usually don't get so caught up in books that I lose self-control. Like, I'm usually pretty good about reading only when it's time to go to bed. I mean, when I'm in the middle of a good book, I'll really look forward to going to bed. The occurrence is rare that I just can't stop reading. And like I said, no! Why won't this command strips? Anyways, I got ready because I'm going to be meeting up with some of my friends for dinner, and I think this is the outfit, and I'm going to put a vest over it because I have been obsessed with vests. This is the look. I have some cargo pants, plain gray sweater, and I'm gonna put on this blue, slightly puffy quilted vest type thing. I think it looks good. Yeah, what the heck? It's okay, I'll put audio over it. No!
We sat on the roof. You said you'd try to explain. You told me all your secrets. Then you said it was